Just picked up the Asus 144Hz gaming monitor. Is it worth the purchase? Let's find out. Hey, what is going on? It's Ezra Gaming, and today we're going to talk about gaming monitors and if it's worth the investment. I am extremely excited to say that I just picked up the Asus VG248QE, and boy, do you really get a bang for your buck. This monitor, which is going for around $260, helped me notice the difference between a regular 60Hz monitor versus a 144Hz gaming monitor. The worst thing I've done to myself is play games on a 60Hz monitor. What's a hertz, you ask? A hertz basically means the refresh rate of your monitor. So in layman's terms, hertz pretty much represents the frames per second, or as nerdy gamers would say, the FPS. This new monitor also has a 1 millisecond response time compared to my old monitor, which had a 7 millisecond response time. Just to give you some perspective on how fast this is, for those console gamers, when you play on a basic LED or a LCD TV, it has a response time of 18 milliseconds all the way up to 80 milliseconds. This varies by manufacturer and model. But Ezra, I don't see any lag when I play online with my console games. Why is that? It's because the majority of other online players use TVs with similar response time. Now, when it comes to PC gaming, response time is very important, especially for those competitive gamers. This Asus monitor is backlit LED, has a 3D content support, built-in speakers, DisplayPort, DVI, HDMI, and VGA ports. For the love of God, don't ever use the VGA ports. That's like buying a new car and using it as a coffee table. You will not be able to get the 144Hz that makes this monitor so special. As for the HDMI, unfortunately it has a cap of only 60Hz. So that means for you console gamers, you can only achieve 60Hz and won't be able to take advantage of this monitor. To utilize the monitor's full potential, you're going to have to either use a 30-pin DVI cable or a DisplayPort cable. Display ports look similar to HDMI cables, so try not to get them confused. But wait a second, Ezra. I have an awesome computer and it says that I'm running at 300 frames per second. Why do I need to buy this monitor? Well, even though you're running at 300 frames per second, you can only see what the monitor allows you to see. And don't expect it to work vice versa. If you have a computer that can only render 60 frames per second, you will not be able to reach that 144 frames per second even if your monitor is set to 144 Hz. That's what we like to call bottlenecking. Alright, let's take a second to look at these pixelated UFOs. Look at the top UFO and notice how smooth it is compared to the bottom UFO. This shows the difference on how clear a moving image can be. Unfortunately, YouTube doesn't allow anything more than 60 frames per second. So let's try something out. Let's say this 60 frames per second video is represented by my 144Hz monitor, and this 25 frames per second would represent my 60Hz monitor. If you're into first-person shooter games, do yourself a favor and definitely pick up the 144Hz monitor. If you're into other games that are not so focused on Twitch responsive gameplay, save the cash and use it towards something specific so you can upgrade your computer. On the downside, due to the fast speed of this monitor, I don't have the same colorful array that I had on my old monitor. Well, that's all I have to say about this monitor. To be honest, it's a night and day difference and I couldn't be happier with my decision. As technology gets better, I'm sure they'll make better gaming monitors. This is my current rig with the gaming monitor to the left and my editing monitor to the right. Please take a second to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching and have a good one.